Hi and welcome to another video of my channel. This is Max. I'm Master of Science in Industrial and Systems Engineering. Today I'm gonna put a stress test on ChatGPT. I'm gonna give it some objectives and see the answers it provides, to check with my own answers and to see the comparison. Are the answers reliable enough? Can we rely solely on ChatGPT without any supervision? And what's the error profile of this model? In previous video, we talked about data analysis of a case study. It was a coffee shop in the US, and we did some analysis using Excel and pivot tables, forecasting, etc. You may find it, I think, here or there. The AI models have a limited context value. They cannot process a huge amount of data. I'm gonna give each objective that we had in smaller chunks in order to get better results, and I really recommend this to you as well. Do not put all your questions in a single prompt. Do it sequentially and help the AI build its chain of thoughts. There are multiple ways that you can prompt an AI. This is called prompt engineering. If you have been working with AI models since they become a thing, it's completely okay. You understand how you can gain best results by giving the model which data that it needs. But if you're not sure what to say to AI in order to get the best possible answers, I strongly recommend you to first ask the AI for the prompt. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is to ask the AI how to prompt, or give me the best prompt possible for this task. Here I drafted my first AI prompt. I asked the AI about the designing a perfect prompt. I need 7 prompts per each objectives that I have. I have attached my dataset. I'm gonna press send or OK. Waiting. ChatGPT is cooking. Now let's have a look on our dataset. As you can see, we have transaction related info like date, transaction ID, transaction time, transaction quantity, store ID, store location. These are store related information. We have product ID, unit price, product category, type, and detail. And some columns are missed here that I have added in my own version. I have added these 2 columns here. This is feature engineered, we could say, and revenue is generated again by me. The first objective was to identify best-selling products or categories as a total. So we're looking for top 3 products, categories, and their contributions per each group or products. Let's see first my own answers. I draw this from Excel, and let's see ChatGPT's answers. As you can see, the answers are similar, so we're gonna give ChatGPT complete mark in first objective. Moving on to second objective, here we're analyzing peak sales hours or days. Let's first look at my own answers, and now let's see how ChatGPT scores here. As you can see, we have almost identical answers in second objective as well, but there is a mismatch in the bucket section. I assume this is because of the range that we have. For example, here the ChatGPT might also calculate the hour of 12, whereas in my calculations I didn't. So be careful with the ranges whenever you're analyzing your data with ChatGPT. And moving on to the third part, as you can see, the answers are identical. So I'm gonna give 2 marks here and half a score for the second section that we had. Here you can see some visualizations that ChatGPT provided. I really like the heat map. It's so hard to create a heat map in Excel, but ChatGPT does this in few seconds. And this is very helpful and informative. So I'm gonna give it a plus or a bonus mark for this creation. Let's move on to the third task. Here we're analyzing the branches and we're looking for the best performances and what products drive that performance. First, look at my own answers and now the ChatGPT. The answers are completely identical and there is no mismatch between those answers. Full mark here. The fourth objective is a bit tricky since it contains more advanced calculations than the previous tasks that we had. Next objective is to predict the sales for the next 2 months by looking back at our previous 6 months of data. We might see a difference between the forecasted values of Excel and forecasted values of ChatGPT since the methods might be a bit differentiated in this manner. Let's look at how my Excel did here. And now the ChatGPT answers. Because we didn't have a consistent method among these two candidates, the ChatGPT's prediction seems a bit too simple or maybe naive, so I'm gonna prefer the Excel one here. So ChatGPT here lost a mark. If you like this video till here, please subscribe and give me your thoughts in the comments. This would help me to fine-tune my next contents for you. Now let's move on to our fifth objective. We're looking for order profiles. First, my own answers in Excel, and next, ChatGPT's answers. And as you can see, it's completely identical and similar. ChatGPT passes. Sixth objective is top products per daytime. We're looking at the day buckets to see which products are performing the best. First, look at my own answers and now the ChatGPT. Here, the ChatGPT correctly calculates the morning bucket, but for the afternoon and evening bucket, there is a mismatch between the values. I assume this is because ChatGPT calculates the ranges differently from my own calculation, so I'm gonna give it half a mark here. Moving on to the last objective here, we are analyzing the trends inside our products. So first let's see my own calculations, and as you can see, I have created the average month-on-month growth rates per each product category. And now let's see the ChatGPT's answer.
Let's see Paul Allen's card.
And as you can see, the answers are completely aligned and similar. So ChatGPT also scores full mark here. But in the visualizations, there is some problem. As you can see here, my own calculations, we have top 2 products being on top and other products distributed between $0 and $10,000. But in ChatGPT's visualizations, the top 2 products are okay, but other products are not being shown correctly. So ChatGPT here lost a point. Now let's wrap up what we just did. My own calculations took almost around 2 hours. I scored completely 7 out of 7. But ChatGPT done this only in 15 minutes and scored 9.5 out of all 12 tasks that we had. This is more than 85% save in time and more than 80% accuracy, which is great. So can you rely on ChatGPT for your data analysis tasks? According to this test that we had, it's okay. You can completely and safely rely on ChatGPT 5 answers for your data analysis task. Do you think the ChatGPT would replace the junior data analysts, or it empowers them to achieve more in less time and be more productive? Drop me your thoughts. Stay optimized and good luck.